I wanted to do an honours list because I'm a son of a fireman. That was my dad when he was a fireman. He was a fireman for almost 20 years, I would say, with the MFB, Melbourne Metropolitan Fire Brigade in Victoria, Melbourne, Australia. My dad, I guess he's seen a lot because back in those days, safety wasn't the same as what they have now on those fire trucks. That's my dad in his uniform. Anyway, I'm proud of him. You know, I've got a photo here also of my mum, but my dad. He had his uniform on his sleeves there. It says MFB. You know, one thing, and it might sound really bad to say, but my dad saw a lot of problems, you know, a lot of accidents, a lot of deaths. He saved a lot of people, with other firemen, of course, too. His life was saved by other firemen also in buildings where he had to be dragged out also. There was, you know, my dad would come home and, you know, looking back at it now, he'd always want us to wear seat belts in the car, no electric radiators on at night in the bedroom. There were so many safety things that he would always want us to do. He taught us how to react in an accident. Coming up, he would teach us the crash position. You know, my dad, he's 67 now, you know, and I think that he must have, you know, like at some point, he must have suffered, you know, some chemical damage, you know, like going into buildings full of, you know, really bad chemicals to save people or to save the items that were there. My dad, you know, I got no other heroes because my dad is the only person I ever grew up with that would take time and sit me on his knee when I was a kid and baby, you know. But anyway, he made a living by being a fireman. Then he became a security installer, you know, where people, you know, would break into places. Well, he learnt about security, so he became a security installer for other businesses. But, you know, he worked for the MFB, Melbourne Metropolitan Fire Brigade, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, so that would be 60, say 86 or something, 80, yeah, about that. So that's my dad. I want to give him an honours list because I don't think that the previous people in the fire brigade remember that these were the forefathers of the ones that are there today, who have the jaws of life and gas masks, or, you know, breath masks, and better clothing that stopped them from burning. You know, there was a lot of things that these are forefathers to the MFB nowadays. He served at Eastern Hill and a number of other places. Preston Fire Brigade there too. What's that, Foot Street or whatever it was? Can't remember the name of the place now. But anyway, he made his living and he gave us food from going into danger and saving people. So anyway, that's my dad, Alan Monro. Cheers, mate. There's the other photo. I don't have anything much here in America, but you know, you became my parent, and let's try to get that closer. Yeah, you can see that. That's MFB there. And they used to wear those sort of uniforms back then too. But 20 years is a long time in a job. He left the job, and I think he left after 20 years with something like $23,000 payout, and then maybe 6 months later, after the payout, the laws changed and everything, and he probably would have got about $250,000. But, you know, being a, you know, Monro, he just sort of got fuck all. He got the bad deal of the stick. But he, yeah, as I said, he probably suffered a lot of, you know, trauma from seeing a lot of bad things, saved a lot of people, and, you know, suffered chemical inhalations and, you know, breathing in chemicals and getting it into the skin and, yeah, whatever. Like most normal firefighters, but they never had the safety gear back then. Cheers, Dad.